What's going on, everyone? We gotta go over Baby Doge. We're just gonna do a little technical analysis and talk about the road to 100x with Baby Doge. So definitely hit that like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Go ahead and follow my other channel. Let's go straight over this today. So the first thing that we're gonna talk about here with Baby Doge is just gonna be the technical analysis, because as you can see, literally everything in the crypto market had the same increase inside of price, and that was all stemming from Bitcoin. So that's definitely pretty exciting to see. But we got to look at where we're going to be going over next with Baby Doge, because usually after we get like parabolic movement like this, we typically start to go back down. So we're going to talk about where we could be going after this. Now, as you can see, we're at 19.8K in here in Bitcoin, 3.8% up inside the last 24 hours. Everything is pretty much up right now. But I really do believe this is just going to be temporary. Uniswap doing the biggest numbers right now. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. So let's go over here to Baby Doge. Now, first of all, as you can see, we did bottom out here on Baby Doge all the way down at the 1072 area. So that's 80s 1072. We almost added a whole nother zero down here, but we were literally saved by Bitcoin. So that's definitely good. But now we got to look at where we're about to head next after this. So before we even look at Baby Doge, we kind of got to look at Bitcoin and see where Bitcoin's going next, because that's going to tell us where Baby Doge is probably going to end up going next as well. So let's go over this. Now with Bitcoin, as you can see, Bitcoin also bottomed out. But where did Bitcoin bottom out? It bottomed out exactly where I said it would in my previous video, 18.2K. I've actually been talking about this for a few weeks. I've been talking about this 18.2K support. But yeah, definitely watch all those previous videos. And in the last 24 hours, we've been bullish by 60%. But yeah, it's definitely pretty good to see that we bottomed out all the way down here. But now we really got to watch where we're going next, because look at this pattern here. I just now noticed this, and this is actually a pattern that you want to be wary of. So as you can see here, we peaked out all the way up here at 19.4K, right? And it just traded sideways, and then it went up for another round. And now you're kind of seeing the same thing, trading sideways, but will it go up for another round after this? And that's really what we got to talk about here, because as you can see, it went sideways a lot longer here. But notice how this one right here, it's going sideways, but it doesn't look like it's going to be doing that for very long. Because as you can see, the green candlesticks are actually becoming smaller and smaller, meaning that the selling is probably about to start coming in. And also notice here, the red bar shows less demand. High activity expected over here. Could be high activity for selling, because we see that there's a red less demand area in this area for the supply and demand. So I'm really expecting Bitcoin to drop back down, and it's probably going to end up dropping back down to 19K before it tries to, break this for a second time. So we're probably going to see a pullback before we try to break this again. If we can't break this 20K area again, then it's a confirmed bearish movement if we cannot get past 20K. So that's really what we need to do here in Bitcoin. So if it can get past 20K, the next area for us, let me go ahead and bring up the 4-hour chart for this one. So look, if it does get past 20K, the next area for Bitcoin is going to be all the way up here. The 20K right here is at 20K, 20.1K. But then after that, you're going to end up seeing it getting all the way up to 20.6, 20.7K. That's going to be the immediate resistance after that. And honestly, I don't think we're going to get above that. And I really do think that we're probably going to have another bearish movement. Because look, every single time it happens like this, every single time we have major selling, it's always followed by a random pump. And then it goes right back down, trades sideways for a little bit, then has a major pump and then major selling. Goes sideways a little bit, another major pump, major selling, and then boom, look at what we just now did. Another major pump. I think another major sale is about to start coming up next. And also something that you want to look at here inside the oscillator is showing here that we did have a bullish movement here inside of the oscillator. I mentioned that in my previous videos. Definitely watch all my previous videos if you want to see how the predictions have been coming out. But yeah, I did mention that we were oversold, but there was this bullish signal because the selling was slowing down. And that's exactly what we had here on the oscillator. And then boom, we just had a large amount of buying coming in. But honestly, with this buying, it's not going to be too pretty. It's going to be it's going to be a short-lived buying pressure. So we're probably going to end up seeing this dropping pretty soon. Even if we do get past that, like I said, we have low activity here. We got rejected here, and then we have high activity. But we already know that if we get up to 22 to 23K, it's going to be high selling activity, because the second it reached that same area back here on the 11th of September, it was high selling activity. So it's going to be hard for us. So we're still bearish. Don't get tricked by this. Don't just think we're about to go immediately back up to 30K. Like, yeah, we're going to go up for a little bit longer, possibly to 20K, maybe 22K. But you're really not going to end up seeing this going to 30K. You're going to end up seeing this dropping right back down and then going even lower than 18K. Because right now, our low for like the last, I want to say the last let's just say like the last few months has been 20, or I mean 18.2K. And really that's what we just now hit. If you see 18.2K back here, over here at 18K, and then over here again 18.2K. So that's really been our low. If you want to say our low for the last few months, you could say that, but really it's been more than the last few months for our low. It's actually been the last few years, or last couple years. So in the last couple years, we've only hit 18K twice, actually three times. One time right here on the 11th of December of 2020, and then we hit 18K another time right here, and that was actually around the 19th of June 2022, and now we just now hit that level again, September 23rd, 20, or not September 23rd, but today. So anyways, we have some huge news here for Bitcoin, because what happens next is going to determine where we're going to be going ultimately for Bitcoin. Since we've already hit this area about three times, this 18K area, that's our low. And now that low is about to be broken, and it's testing that low now. So we're about to go down even lower. That's why I'm talking about this. I'm gonna keep saying this. You are probably going to end up seeing Bitcoin at 10.7K, 10K to 14K. Somewhere between those ranges, we are going to see Bitcoin around there. Look at this high activity area. Notice how we're having high activity now. Yeah, it's high buying activity, but for the short term, I believe it's going to be high buying activity. But just like how we had this purchasing wave here, it was very small. The same thing's probably going to happen here again. Same small buying wave followed by a big, large selling wave. So yeah, I think we're about to have another drop inside of the crypto market. Prepare 10 to 14K. Honestly, it's not just going to go straight down there, but from 18K, you're going to see a steep dive down to 16K, and then from there, 14K. Then it's probably going to do some, volatile movements up and down until it gets to 10K. But hey, let's talk about Baby Doge now that we know exactly what Bitcoin is going to be doing. So for Baby Doge, we are only up 0.1% for the last 24 hours. Not too bad. But what you want to watch here for Baby Doge is the same movement. Notice how we got stopped here, right? And then it just kind of went back down and traded sideways. We got stopped again, went back down, but notice how it's not really moving sideways after we went back down. It's moving more on the downside, kind of like Bitcoin. So hopefully we do continue, maybe some sideways movement, right? And then eventually going back up from there. But for right now, what we can see is definitely looking more like it's gonna, go right back down. But like I said, Baby Doge has the possibility to break away from Bitcoin. It has the possibility to break away, but not permanently. We can break away and then, maybe have some news about the game, maybe have some news about the Baby Doge card, the play to earn game, all that. But ultimately, if Bitcoin's going to be, bearish until 2023, I really predict till the end of 2023 to the beginning of 2024 for the next bull market for Bitcoin. So honestly, I think everything's probably going to end up following that path. But see, Baby Doge can break away very briefly and then have a nice month or two of pumping, right? It's kind of what happened actually in December and January with Baby Doge, where Bitcoin was going down huge, but Baby Doge was pumping huge because we had so much good stuff happening for Baby Doge. We had so much hype. We just had so much going on that we were just pumping huge. Now, see, the same thing could happen again, but see, after that month or two, then you're going to see the decrease in Baby Doge, and it's going to be a sharp decrease. So even if we do start pumping, I just want everyone to know that it's not going to be an immediate to the mood. It's not going to be an immediate 100x. See, this road to 100x that we're talking about, this is a long-term road. This is not the type of road where we just go straight up to 100x. This is long-term, into 2023 or sometimes in 2024, somewhere around there. That long-term road should bring us to 100x. And honestly, if we're talking a complete 100x, we really just want to look towards 2024. But if we want to talk about starting to pump, towards the end of 2023, we could have a nice pump. We could have a 7Z1 Baby Doge. But to have that 6Z1 Baby Doge, 2024, if you want to see 6Z1. And I know a lot of people are probably like, man, that's too long, blah, blah, blah. But it's how it is in crypto. You can't just get in and expect to make all that money quickly. But hey, I'm going to keep updating you all every day on this because I still do believe that sometime in 2023, we're definitely going to probably get back to our all-time highs. But will it be 100x? Maybe inside of 2024. But what we're looking at right now, our all-time highs should be hit again inside of 2023 sometimes. And I'm really looking towards the end of 2023. I know it's a long time, but we have a lot of time to build up. Because you got to think, all the smaller investors are still flowing into Baby Doge. Look at our holders. Our holders are still increasing. We have 1,625,911 holders. Just imagine what we'll have by the end of 2023. And that's inside 1 year. Imagine where we'll be at in a year. We'll probably have like 2.6 million holders, right? Maybe like 2.5, 2 million, something like that. But we're gonna have a lot more holders by the end of 2023. And the fact is like once that happens, you got to think the small retail traders, they don't make up most of the money in Baby Doge. We have so much money flowing in Baby Doge, 490 million, fully diluted market cap. We have a lot of money in Baby Doge and inside of Baby Doge swap as well. We have a lot of money here. But see, a majority of this money is not coming from retail traders. It's coming from large whales. So yes, the retail traders are going to continue to increase by 2023, but you're going to notice our price is still going to decrease because the large whales are slowly but surely selling out, and there are some, retail traders selling some of their shares. But see, once it starts doing that, you just got to think we're going to have all of these holders inside of Baby O's, right? 2 million, 2.5 million. And then once we really do enter that bull market for Bitcoin at the end of 2023 or maybe in 2024, when we actually hit that bull market territory, then that's when you're going to start seeing the whales start flowing back in, and the people that are holding small amounts of Baby Doge, the ones that keep accumulating, then we're going to see even more. Because look, we've been increasing so many holders. We have, like, on the 30th of September, we had 1,620,673 holders. And now we have 1,625,911 holders. That's 5,000 holders within 2 weeks. 5,000 holders in 2 weeks. So if we can keep doing this every single 2 weeks, bringing in 5,000 holders for Baby Doge, by the time we get to next year or the year after that, we're going to have so many holders that when the actual bull market comes in, then they're really going to start buying more because, people want to wait till it's about to pump to start buying instead of accumulating now, which I completely understand. But still, they're going to start accumulating as the whales start accumulating more. So you're going to see a very huge increase inside of the amount of Baby Doge that's circulating. Not circulating, but, the amount of money circulating in Baby Doge. But let's talk about something else, though. We already know what we're going to do here for the price of Baby Doge. I've been talking about this a lot. If we were to go up to 1250, probably a rejection period here. Like, I'm just going to say it straight up here. Like, if we do hit 1250, we could continue to rise, but, we have to have some huge hype inside of Twitter or wherever we're going to be hyping, all over social media. We got to have some type of hype. We got to have the game coming out. We got to have some kind of news for the game, some kind of news for the utilities that we're pretty much going to be having. We need to have an AMA. There's a lot that has to happen right now with Baby Doge to, continue to become bullish. And if we get all that, very soon, then we could very easily become bullish here in Baby Doge, very easily. But it's not just going to be sustainable. Like, it's not going to be like we're going up for a whole year without going down. No, you're going to go up for a little bit. It's going to pull back, maybe a little bit more, but then it's going to get right back to where it should be. And it should be on the downtrend. We should be in a bear market right now. There's no reason why any kind of asset class should be going up. Like, we should be down right now. But the only reason you're seeing everything going up is because the whales, they're throwing money in, the institutional investors, they're throwing money around because they want retail traders to get hopeful again. So then you can put your money in as well. And then when you put enough money in, they'll sell and then they'll get that little profit and then you lose your money. And that's what they keep on doing over and over again. Like, when you see these large accumulation phases, like when you see these large areas of purchasing, like how we just now had, that's really not all retail traders doing it. Retail traders didn't all just come together and do this. See, there's a greater picture here for the whole global economics, for all for everything going on in the world right now. There are some very smart people. There's some very smart people behind this. There are, like, literally they have actual financial advisors. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But a lot of these people, they have financial advisors. And whether or not, they're actually using them or not, I don't know. But a lot of them are really smart, so they use people who are really smart as well. And they know when to buy in. They know the perfect time to buy in. And I've been talking about this 18.2K Bitcoin for a while because I knew, like, just looking at all these indicators, I just look at this 18.2K support, and I know this is probably where we're going to have that accumulation phase. This is probably where people are going to end up coming in at. And I've been talking about it because that's where our support was down here. We're talking about this for so long. And actually, if you go over here and look at the 4-hour chart, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Definitely look at my video from yesterday, the day before that, the day before that, the day before that, the day before that, and so on. I've been talking about this 18.2K support for a while. We keep bouncing on and off of it. And eventually, it was going to pop. And boom, it popped. But we're also going to break that 18.2K support to the downside once we go back down. So just know that. Yeah, we hit the 18.2K support last night, but now you got to look at what happens next, because what happens next, we may be going up a little bit more, but after we go down, it's going to be a sharp dive downwards, just like it was back on the 13th of September this year. It was a very sharp dive downwards, went all the way from 22.4K all the way down to 20.1K, and then even further down to 18.4K. So it's very important to not, to not just get too way in over your head, because we just now hit a support that we've been talking about for a very long time, 18.2K. We knew this was going to happen, but the way it happened, a lot of people are, they're really happy with it, but it's going to be temporary happiness. It's not going to be something that's going to be sustained. So you just want to prepare for this. But anyways, we're getting a lot more pairs here inside of Baby Doge. As you can see, everything is really coming into fruition here for Baby Doge. And now the Baby Doge staking, if you just want to put Baby Doge in and earn Baby Doge, you can go ahead and do that. It is only a 8.8% APR, but it's probably your safest bet. But yeah, it's only 8.8% APR, but still, it's still pretty good. I mean, they can probably increase it over time. It'll probably increase, but right now, I guess it's good. We're getting a lot of different people coming in on the pools though. You got CR1 here. You got a lot of different stuff. BAFC. You got Sweep. A lot of different projects are coming in right now for Baby Doge Swap. So it's actually pretty exciting to see. And down here, BAFC. So yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take us to become like one of the top 10, DeFi exchanges out there, one of the top 10 swaps. But, eventually we can do something like that. But yeah, anyways, this is pretty much all I got for y'all today. I just wanted to go over all this, show you all the good stuff that's going on with Baby Doge. And this one right here is actually very impressive. Baby Doge, this Baby Doge one is BNB and Doge Cola. And that's actually at 1.7K APR. Only $489 in it. So obviously, once more money starts flowing in, you're gonna see that APR start going down. But yeah, I think that's a huge APR right now. But anyways, this is all I got for you all today. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Go ahead and follow my other channel. And as always, I'll be back with another video.